Alrighty. So good morning. Hello. Actually, it's not morning anymore. It is 1 p.m. So hello. And today is the 29th. So people are trying to get the last of their Camp NaNoWriMo stuff done. And although I'm not participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, I am trying to do a bit more of the writing sprints so that I can begin to write a lot more consistently. So I am going to be doing the live writing sprints between now and the end of May. I'll be doing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 through 3 Eastern Standard Time. So, hello. I will be doing the writing sprints for 2 hours today, so 1 to 3 p.m. And I will be back on Friday as well. So I think that's going to be my schedule. I'm going to be trying to do these live writing sprints Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be doing this through the end of May. I'm going to be kind of tracking my progress and seeing how much more productive I am with doing 3 live sprints or 3 live streams a week through the end of May. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. And so I'm going to be starting a word sprint, 15-minute one to start. And then I will be, I think, doing 20 minutes, 20 or 25 after that. But the first one will be a shorter one. So yeah, join in when you can. And feel free to work on whatever it is that you want to, whether you're writing your Camp NaNoWriMo, you're writing poetry, you are editing, whatever you are doing, that is fine as long as we are being productive. So, timer, I'm going to be setting it for 15 minutes. All right, are we ready to go? Ready, set, go. Let me mute myself. Hello and welcome. We're in the middle of a sprint, the first sprint. Should probably put that up on the, there we go. We're in the middle of a first sprint and we are working on whatever it is that you need to work on today, whether it be your NaNoWriMo project, editing something, writing for fun. So feel free to hop in. Okay. So I was definitely very, very distracted during that sprint. And maybe just in general today. I'm not sure. I did manage to get, what did I get? I got 323 words, but they're not very good. I can tell that right now. They're not very good. So welcome, Bluebird, Michaela, and Zoe. So, it is definitely a morning of distractions, or afternoon, technically, I guess. I slept in a bit late this morning, so it still feels kind of like morning. So Michaela, you're expecting a package, and you can start brewing your kombucha. Okay, so is it a container of like the live culture? I've seen a couple of videos on that. Because I have friends that went to teach in Japan through the JET program, and they all got hooked on kombucha over there. And then a couple of them have come back, and then the kombucha sort of craze exploded over here. And so I've seen a couple of videos where people are trying kombucha, and then they're trying to grow their own and whatnot. So I'm guessing that that's like your live culture that you're bringing in. But yeah, waiting for a package is definitely a complete distraction. I ordered a new planner, a new organizer, that's from Mandi Lynn, she's an author and author tuber and whatnot, self-published, but she is putting out a book launch planner. So it's an undated year-long planner that is supposed to have like the checklists and whatnot for when you should do certain things. Like once you finish your first draft, when should you get like a professional editor? When should you do your beta? When your critiques, like when you should do the timeline of everything to publish your own books. So I've got that coming this week, and I keep obsessively checking the tracking, and it's coming through the regular mail. And so their update system is always a little bit laggy. So, yeah, I definitely feel you on the waiting for a package. Zoe says lots of distraction from the family, but you love them, so you guess you let it slide. Yeah, I definitely know that feeling too. We occasionally get the FaceTime videos with my brother and his family, and they've now got 3 boys, all under the ages of 5. And so it's when my brother starts talking to us, one of them will always try and grab the camera. So that is definitely understood there. Michaela wrote nothing because you were distracted, but that's okay. Bluebird got 66, blaming it on you being late to the stream. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's always there's always something. Zoe is editing, and it's going pretty well. That's fantastic. I don't like editing. In some ways I do, in some ways I don't. I do like it because I know that my writing always gets better after the fact, but I don't like the aspect of it that forces me to face that, like, my writing's not perfect when it first comes out. I love the idea of the perfection. I want to be the perfectionist. And then when I'm not, I have to face the fact that I'm not. And so it's kind of a downer sometimes. Let's see. Michaela already got the SCOBY, just waiting for the vessel that you wanted to use to brew it in. Okay. The JET program. Yeah. Your parents did the JET program and got married while they were there. Congratulations. You worked at a teaching convention there in 2016. Okay. Yeah, I have several friends who went. One was in Hiroshima, and one of my other friends, she couldn't get in through the official JET program, but she got in through a private cram school. And so she was under sort of like an umbrella of different cram school names. and she moved around. She was in Chiba for a while, and then she moved around a couple times, and she and her boyfriend finally got married last year. So they went ahead and did the like paperwork for it, and then they had their ceremony in Hawaii on Leap Day this year. So like right before the world fell apart, and they did the paperwork ahead of time because her husband was being transferred to Indonesia. And so in order for her to go with him, they had to do the paperwork so she could get the dependent visa. And so, yeah, so they had the ceremony finally in Hawaii. It was very small, but we couldn't manage to go because everything was already sort of trickling down the line. So, yeah, but JET program is definitely a fun program. I thought about doing it, but my Japanese was definitely not good enough to sort of navigate the regular aspects of life there. So I am hoping to go for vacation and for research and fun once the world finally gets back together and resumes some semblance of normalcy. How did you guys do? Are you guys working on, so Zoe's working on editing. Are you working on the project you started with NaNoWriMo or just a regular project today? I'm working on my Gravely Mistaken, which is going to be the first of a trilogy YA fantasy. And I'm working on a couple different sections today. And one of them, the first section that I did was like only 100 words. But there has to be sort of like this mob mentality that occurs when my main character sees another dark mage being captured. And so he's got to be has to be confronted with sort of like the mob mentality that the townspeople have and that his fellow students have when confronted with sort of like the idea of a dark mage, when he's currently hiding the fact that he is a dark mage. And so he has to sort of face the scariness of what a mob is and how quickly a mob can form. So I needed to sort of expand that aspect of a section that I had previously thought I completed. And then I was working on another section where his mentor has to come in and save him. But then I have to like create the reason why the mentor is there in the first place. How did he hear about the trouble that our main character got into? So I had to figure out a reason for that. And I kind of vaguely knew in my head, but now I'm like, okay, but now I got it. Okay. So now I'm introducing a new character as to like, he's the mentor is coming to see his old friend, but now I need to create this old friend. And that means another name. I'm bad at names. So, yeah. I don't know why I have such a hard time with names. I started out this trilogy with the main character's name is Schwartz, and I really start like halfway through NaNoWriMo, I decided I hated the name Schwartz because I keep misspelling it when I'm typing it. And it might be once I'm done, it's fine. But right now, in the midst of all the typos, I don't like it. So I don't know if I'm going to be changing his name or not. Okay, Michaela once considered working in Japan once you finish your degree, but you also want to work directly with schools and build a relationship while you're there for, yeah. So you relate, had to rename some of your characters the other day, and it was a struggle. It just has to feel right. Yeah. I started out NaNoWriMo in this particular series that I just, in my head, I was like, he's a dark magician. I need a word that means dark or black. So Schwartz. And I just I have regretted it ever since. I have so many abbreviations that I just have like SCH period. I have SCHW and I have like SWAR. And it's just nuts. And the fact that it ends with a Z, and sometimes I put an S, and I just, so I don't know if I'm going to wind up changing his name. And the other part of it is that he currently has no last name. The plan is that he's going to be getting he's going to be taking on the name of the sort of like the dark god as he becomes the priest, the head priest for this dark god. But that's not for a while yet. So yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do about his name, but currently he's just going to remain Schwartz until some other point in time. Okay, I feel like I have talked long enough. Are you interested in a 15 or 20-minute sprint? I had said that I would start out short and sort of go longer, but I'm not sure how my attention span is going to do. So I guess let's try a 20. Let's try a 20 and see how we do then. So I'm going to share the screen, figure out that aspect, share. Nope, need to change it, so got to make it smaller. 20. Make it big. All right, are we ready? Okay, ready, set, go. I'm going to mute myself again so you don't hear my clicking and typing. Okay, time is up. All righty. So, hello again. How did we do? And I realized I still had the first writing sprint banner on, even though it was the second. Oh well. Let's see. How many words did we get that time? I felt like I was a lot more focused that time. I could be wrong. We'll see in a second. I definitely got more words. I got down onto a second page. I got 551 words that time. Yay. I felt like that was progress. Right. Hello to Dana. And Michaela's package has arrived. So she can now go make kombucha. Oh, goodness. 370 for Bluebird. All right. That is definitely better than the 66 we had before, right? I wound up continuing the sort of conversation between the mentor and the main character. And so I felt like I definitely made some progress there. The mentor, I had the mentor's sort of backstory in the back of my head. And so in the midst of the conversation about the sort of triangle of power, I just did a square and I meant a triangle. The triangle of power between the royalty, the Academy for the Mages, and the temple. So that's the triangle of power in the capital. And the mentor is sort of explaining how that works and how it has become unbalanced over the last couple of decades, and how he was sort of, he and his wife were a victim of that sort of shifting of the balance towards the temple. And so he's then telling the story of once his wife was killed, he went on a drunken rampage and may have punched several bishops in the face, but he doesn't really remember because he was super drunk at the time. So there's that aspect of the conversation that I finally sort of wound up. So yeah. Okay, so Michaela got 229 words. That's awesome. Yeah, getting in the zone can sometimes be very hard, especially when we were as distracted as we were talking about earlier in the session. And Dana says, today is your admin day, so no writing, but social media and web page updates. Those can be very finicky, and I find that I rewrite, I sort of like backspace and delete and retype a lot of the social media stuff a lot more often than I do when I'm just like drafting on the regular. I guess that's because that's more of like copy editing and finding the exact words within the word count or the character count. But yeah, and I started, she used to be called the Content Bug. She changed her name. I think it's like Cathrin Manning, but she does this whole series on YouTube analytics, and she has a couple of videos on the kinds of spreadsheets she uses to keep her content between her YouTube channel, her blog, and she does like Instagram TV. So she has a schedule spreadsheet for that. And I was trying to peek at the couple of videos that she's made and just kind of take a look at her spreadsheets, and then looking at my sad little spreadsheets that have been abandoned for several months, and trying to figure out how I can up my spreadsheet game and figure out how to be a bit more productive about things. And then I was doing that yesterday, and then I did my monthly layout in my bullet journal. And so I decided that I would do an experiment where I would do the live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday through the end of May. And so I'm just going to sort of track my progress and see like how I do progressively. Do I get more productive throughout the month? And so do I get used to doing only in the writing streams, or I just kind of want to know what will happen to my writing routine, I guess, with live streaming for a month, or creating a regular writing routine, which I have not had for quite a long time. But I definitely recommend, let me look up her name. What is her name? YouTube content bug. Cathrin Manning. Let me share the screen. Maybe, if it will do it. Yeah. So I recommend her. She's very analytical about things. That's her deal, is looking through how she has gotten so big so fast, her processes, and that kind of thing. So I find her fascinating. So I'm subscribed to her, and I watch her sort of as like YouTube how-to. So she's definitely one of the people that I keep going back to. Her content, though, like even if I wanted to do some of the same stuff, I'm like, I can't really do that yet because I don't have like steady enough content just yet, although I'm working on it, to really analyze much. So I need more data, which means I need to be doing more. So that's why I'm going to be doing the writing sprints. And then yesterday I put out, was it yesterday? Tuesday? Yes. I put out a video on why I'm scared to share my writing. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to be posting the AuthorTube newbie tag, which I have just neglected to do for forever. So that's going to be coming out tomorrow. And then I have sort of like some vague ideas of like normal scripted videos, I guess, that I'm going to be putting out on Tuesdays. But so I've created a schedule. I've created a spreadsheet to go with it. Now I just have to follow through. So that is one of the few things that the follow through, when it's self accountability, my follow through sucks. So that's why I'm trying to I'm making the statement. I will be here and schedule these live streams ahead of time, so I know I have to show up. I will announce that I'm doing the videos on Tuesday, so I have to do them, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be trying to do that to up my productivity, increase my efficiency, and just get more writing done. So that is definitely a goal. And then I've been following Kate Cavanaugh for forever. I love her videos. Her writing experiment videos are awesome, which is what gave me the idea to sort of track how I do over the month with these live streams, and then sort of analyze how I do. But yeah. So is there anybody that you guys watch for your YouTube how-to or AuthorTube how-tos? Can you give me some recommendations for other people to watch? Because I always feel like I need more help and more information to figure out what in the heck I'm doing. So let me know some comments, and in the comments or in the chat, let me know your top go-to person for AuthorTube and just for YouTube how-to in general. Or just people you find cool. I like those too. But yeah, so let me know your recommendations. Alexa Donne. I am subscribed to Alexa Donne, the Courtney Project. I don't know that I've found the Courtney Project. Let me go look. I have, Alexa Donne is definitely one of the AuthorTube people that I have looked into. So the Courtney Project. Okay. All right. I have clicked the subscribe button, so I will definitely go watch her videos later. Oh, she has a t-shirt that says Nap Queen. Yes, I love her already. I've followed iWriterly. I saw though that I saw on, I think, Instagram, that she was going to be sort of pulling back from her Facebook content, I think, just because she was having sort of like this, she was doing too much at once. But I don't know, like, do you guys find AuthorTube content through Facebook, or do you guys mostly find it through YouTube or Instagram? And by the way, Tina, thank you for the recommendations. I don't know. I think it's been probably several months since I've been on Facebook proper, which is, I should probably be on there a lot more often because that's where, the family posts their pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I should probably do that more often. But okay, I feel like I'm rambling right now. So I think that's probably join the AuthorTube group on Facebook, says Dana. Okay. And Tina found me through. Okay, awesome. Okay, that means that Facebook is definitely a thing that I need to do. I think I have it to where it automatically sends a note, maybe. I'll have to check my settings out because I think that may be what I'm supposed to be doing. Bluebird, Hearth Breathings is the main one you watch other than Kate. And you typically find them through other AuthorTubers. Okay, Hearth Breathings. Is she the one that has all the really cool planner videos? Because I feel like I've seen that name before. Hearth Breathings. Hearth Breathings. I am not subscribed to her. Well, we need to fix that. Subscribe. Yes, she's got a lot of the planner stuff and washi tape. Yes, yes. Okay, I've seen some of her videos before, but I had not subscribed. So let's see, Carrow Brown. I think I discovered Carrow Brown this week with the book festival that happened. I tried to subscribe to just about everybody that anybody mentioned. Tamara Woods, I have found, and I've caught one or two of her live streams before. So I like her, and I definitely sort of keep going back to her. The StoryDtechtive, but that's not how he spells it. Does he spell it with an I for story? StoryDtechtive. Okay. I'm not seeing that one come up, so I might have to do a little bit more Googling to find him. Okay. You do a search for writing sprints or for NaNoWriMo and then put the live filter on and you watch whatever live streams come up. Yeah, that is a way to keep, if you feel like you can only write with writing streams or you get more productive with writing streams, that is definitely. Tina Holland, shameless plug. You do live streams on the first Friday of each month. Okay, so Tina, I need to go look you up. Tina. And let's see. Am I spelling your name correctly? Yes. There you are. I found you. Yay. Okay. He organized word stock for the StoryDtechtive. Okay. Let's see if I can find that. Word stock. Okay. Okay, so it's just the D and then tech as in technology. Okay, found him. Okay, we will subscribe. And I will go look at him. Am I on the spreadsheet? I am not. Let me see if I can pull mine up, the one that I was copying from her, and sort of show you what that looks like. Share my screen. And we will do Excel. And what was I doing? Okay. Let's see, get it up. Okay. So she had, I have several different sheets that she was sort of showing. And so, ooh, my screen looked kind of funky now. Let's do that. Okay. So the green part was, so she has the month, and then she has every video that she puts out. And so the green part would be like her regular uploads. And then the gray part would be, normally would be her vlogs. And in my case, I'm trying that out with my live streams. And so then she just puts an X mark for when she films it, when she edits it, if that's necessary, when it gets uploaded, if she has to schedule it, and when it's good to go. And then she has a secondary sheet where she again has the month, and then she has the week of in this column. And so then she has this, whether or not she has content for YouTube, for her blog, or for Instagram. And she tries to make sure that she alternates and does sort of spreads it out, whereas mine is all kind of blocky at the moment. So for Monday, whether she might have like YouTube and Instagram, and then Tuesday would be her blog posts, and then Wednesday would be something else. So I tried to copy as best as I could, because she had said in several of her videos, and this is the Cathrin Manning, who used to be the content blog. She said that she didn't care if we copied her spreadsheet. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to do that then. But I think she's coming out with a blank template that you can pay for, and she'll just set it up for you and send you like the Google version. But I'm cheap and I have time since I'm stuck in the house due to quarantine. So, but yeah. So that's the sort of, so my spreadsheet like normally is just like a mess, and I have like all kinds of things written out. And so I may like edit this to be a bit more like cohesive, but I've tried to like figure out which tags I'm using and all that kind of stuff. And that way I just type it out ahead of time and then copy paste into the video. So I might do the combination of those three spreadsheets, but I don't know. My spreadsheet is not organized at the moment. So I need to figure out how to make it more like these so that it looks better and is less chaotic at a glance. So that's the goal for the spreadsheets anyway. So I don't know how well I will do at updating it daily or weekly or whatnot. I'm going to do my best. That's part of this month-long experiment with the live streams and everything, is just to begin getting a much more organized way of doing things, like actually doing the sprints during the live, actually making sure I film and edit the videos and post them and track everything. So yeah, so I'm trying to be more like, my brain does not normally go like, hey, let's make a spreadsheet and figure all this out. My brain does not do that. My brain says, let's make a sticky note. And then I have 10,000 sticky notes all over my desk. Which sticky notes are lovely, but they are very temporary. And, you know, when I have these sort of like temporary notes everywhere, I kind of get lost in them, and then I begin to ignore them, and then there's no point. So yeah. Okay. So I feel like I'm rambling yet again. Do you guys want to do another 20-minute sprint, or do you want to do longer, 25? Let me know. And thank you for all of the recommendations. I saw Cavanaugh again and BytheBrooke. I do like BytheBrooke. I have not been able to get myself up early enough to catch her morning live streams. But yes, I love them. And Becca C. Smith, and I missed last night when Becca and Hina McCord, they did their sort of combined live stream. But Becca and Hina have these like hour-long sprints, and my brain just, I have not trained it to go that long yet. Emily Bourne is another one. She usually does, she did last night, but I think she normally does like Mondays. It's either Monday or Tuesday evenings. She's in Australia, so her morning is evening for, yeah. So I like Emily Bourne as well. Let's see, who else have I found? Kevlandia. Here's the one. I was typing, I think I was attending the book festival stream with Kate Cavanaugh and Bethany Atazadeh, I think is how you say her last name. And they were talking about AuthorTube as a platform and whatnot. And I was like, why does everybody use StreamYard? I don't understand. And Kevlandia was like, because it's free. I was like, okay, I'll take that. Yeah. Okay. So Tina says 25 is good for her. And a lot of the smaller YouTubers give great advice. Yeah. I'm trying to now that I have like, you know, all this wonderful quarantine time, I've been trying to watch more of the smaller YouTubers. And as everybody mentions, other people, I've been going and watching more. So I've been able to find a whole bunch more people that way. So that's been fun. Yeah, Zoe, an hour is just way too long for me. Definitely. Okay. I think I might have, yes, I closed my timer. Okay, I got to get the Google timer back. And share the screen. Okay. And I'm just going to give y'all a fair warning. I am seeing one of those lovely house centipedes on my wall. So I'm going to set the timer, and then I'm going to go take care of that little sucker because I don't want him in my room. I hate centipedes. All right. Timer started, and I'm going to go kill a centipede. Okay. There we go. Was hitting the wrong buttons. All righty. How did we do that time? Let's see. I feel like that wasn't too bad. Maybe not quite as good. Oh. 604 words for me that time. So let's do my calculation. Okay, so I am currently at 1,478 for the stream. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. How did you guys do? I set my sort of session goals in Scrivener to be about 2,000 words per session. I might hit that today, which is awesome. But yeah, so I managed to kill the house centipede that was crawling on my wall. Thank goodness. I hate them. Their legs are so long. They look hairy and nasty and ugh. So that is dead. Vanya, hello. Let's see. Tina got another 229. Awesome. Bluebird, 647. Much better this time. Vanya is halfway through the scene. It's been giving you trouble all month. Huge amounts of wine is helping. Yes. Sometimes wine can help. Just at least that whole idea of, write drunk, edit sober. But yeah, I'm glad that you've been able to get through part of that scene. So Tina got waylaid in research. Yep, down the research rabbit hole. I know how that feels. That is definitely time-consuming at times. Time-consuming at times. Maybe it's all time. Who knows? But yeah, that's good. I've been still working on that conversation with the mentor, and I know I'm going to have to split this up because the scene that I'm typing it in now has 3,200 words, and that's just too much. And I already had a couple of notes of this should probably be a scene break. I should probably break this here. So I know I'm going to have to reorganize some of what I've been writing at the moment, but that's okay. I'm also feeling like this may be a bit of a info dump at the moment, but that is, I think I just need to get it out of my head and onto paper, and then I can rearrange it to where it needs to go, whether or not this particular single conversation that I'm writing needs to be split into several conversations, which is probably what's going to happen. Vanya, yes, write sober, edit drunk now. Okay. Desperate measures indeed. Yeah, I had yesterday it took me I think 5 hours to edit to do the basic editing for the video that's going up tomorrow, the author tag newbie. The author tube newbie tag 2.0. Let's get my words in the right order. It took me close to 5 hours to edit that. And I was just doing put in the clip, make sure it plays right, put the image over top of it where I'm saying what the question is so that people can see what the actual question is, cutting out silences and ums. And that took me 5 hours. I hate editing videos at the moment. I'm hoping that as I do it more, I'll get better at it, but good Lord. So after that, I texted my friend. I was like, can we have virtual happy hour now? So yeah, that is definitely sometimes a necessary thing. Although if you're not of age, don't drink. Since I don't know exactly who is watching and who will watch this later. So drink responsibly. But yeah, that is definitely fun. So this conversation is just like the more I look at it, the longer it gets. Vanya, editing can be hell sometimes. Well done for getting through that. Thank you. I try to tell myself that editing will get easier with practice too. I hope it does. I really do hope it does. Because maybe it's, I don't know. I work with a Windows PC. And so a lot of the like video editing tutorials that I've watched, they're like for Macs. And I'm like, I can't use that. So I've been trying to just make sure I filter all of the tutorials that I watch. And I would love to have like little animated things come across the screen and whatnot. And I did manage to create an intro for my main videos, but I did that through PowerPoint. So yeah, that, at least I have some semblance of an intro now, but that just means that, doing that. And then once I figured out the edit of the whole video, I began to upload it and I was like, oh crap, I didn't do a freeze frame or a still to get a thumbnail. So I had to go back and like figure out what I wanted to use as a thumbnail. And I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out like all of the newbie stuff for editing videos, for doing the Instagram notifications and all that kind of stuff. So it has definitely been a learning curve, I would say. So yeah. Okay, so Vanya, what is the project that you're editing now? I'm interested because both, let's see, you're editing and who was doing admin? Was that Tina? And yeah, I know that I started working on a little silly short story, the last live, no, 2 lives, I think the very first live. And it was a story where a young lady was expecting her boyfriend to propose to her, and instead he takes her down to the fishing hole, the local fishing hole, and he tries to propose by putting a worm ring on her finger, and it wasn't going well. So I did like that little silly short story just to give my brain a break. But then like now that I'm back in Gravely Mistaken, I feel like my brain is clicking all cylinders again. So maybe I just needed that kind of like go write something else and then come back, sort of shift gears. I don't know. But then I realized like once I started, so I'm not sure of my main character's name. And then I started realizing that the mentor's name is Aubric. But then when I was looking back and doing editing of the very first chapters, I realized I was calling him Audric. So at some point, I switched the D and the B, and I don't know where that point is. So I'm going to have to go find that point. So names are beyond me at this point because I just don't know. Okay, so Tina is not doing the admin. She is writing today. Okay. Yeah, editing words is definitely tough, Vanya. I don't know what I'm trying to do this the debut novel. And the editing part of it is going to be very painful, I think. But luckily I have several friends and a mother that are very much grammar nerds. And so I am more than willing to hand it off and get my poor story back when it's bleeding red ink. I'm okay with that at this point, I think. or when I get to that point in the novel, I will be okay to do that. But yeah, so I think I've finished 1, 2. I think I've essentially finished 3 scenes so far today, because I know I'm going to be having to split this last conversation. And that's about a chapter's worth of work thus far, which is awesome. Okay, so let's see. It is 2:48. I'm okay with going a little bit beyond 3 o'clock today. So are you guys interested in a 15-minute or a 20-minute sprint for this last one? Let me know. Vanya is working on your first novel and getting it ready for querying. That's awesome. Okay, so you're trying the traditional route first. That is cool. I am just finishing. I actually need to finish this week a couple of lessons. I'm taking an online course for publish and sell your ebook. And so they're going through the steps of where to find cover artists or where to find your ISBN numbers and, choosing your categories and things like that. So I'm finishing up the last couple of lessons for that course. And then I'm going to be doing sort of writing down my thoughts and like the main lessons and creating a timeline and a checklist for myself. Checklist for myself. And then when I get the book launch planner that I ordered, I'm be sort of comparing those and putting them together. Okay, 20 minutes says Tina, Vanya, and Annie. Okay, so 20 minutes it will be. All righty then. So share it. This time I did not close the timer, which is fantastic. And oops, I need to reset that for 20, not 25. Okay. All right, ready, set, go. All righty. So that was the last sprint. And let's see, how many words did we get that time? I'm hoping for about 600. That way I will have crossed the 2,000 word mark for this stream. So let's see what we got. Oh, I got 575. Okay, let's do the math so I can figure out if I broke it or not. Yay! I did it. I got 2,053 words for the stream. So 575 for the last sprint and 2,053 for the stream, which is fantastic. Okay, so Annie, welcome. And you got 119. Awesome. Bluebird got 481. You're happy with that? Good. Zoe says, congrats. Thank you. Yay. I am super glad that I have started these streams because I've been able to, like, I didn't write anything yesterday since I was editing that stupid video so much. But I feel like I've become more productive on the regular ever since I started these, which is not that long ago. So, you know. Okay, so Vanya says, congratulations, you got through your scene too. Yay! I'm glad you got through that scene that you were having so much trouble with. That is great. Oh, goodness. Okay, so it's now 3:12. I'm going to be back on Friday at 1 to 3 again. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3. But also, if you have time tomorrow, my AuthorTube newbie tag video is coming out in the morning. And so that'll be up. And then if you're still looking for more sprints today, I just took a look, and Camp NaNoWriMo at 4 o'clock is hosting some writing sprints. And then Cavanaugh has a writing sprint stream at 5. And then Savvy Writes Books has another stream at 10 p.m. tonight. So I'm sure there's probably some other ones, but there's at least Camp NaNoWriMo has a stream at 4, and Cavanaugh has one at 5. So yeah, I am pleased and glad that we managed to get progress, that we managed to stop dawdling. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see y'all on Friday if you can make it. Thank you for joining us, Annie. I'm sorry that I may have started a bit early for you, but I am very, very pleased with everybody's progress. So thank you for joining me, everybody, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.